shit.
Hey guys, it's Brian, back to another Yugioh video, and so today we are going to go through the updated list that I have for Shaddoll Invoked Dogmatika for the February 2022 format. So if you guys haven't already, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. It really does help out the channel a lot. We're almost at 250 subscribers, so I really do appreciate all the guys' support. And so let's go ahead and get right into it. If you are just here for the deck profile, it's up on screen. But if you want to go ahead and go through the card by card analysis, feel free to stick throughout the video. And in regards to Master Duel, I am planning on uploading videos on Master Duel. My video card isn't really the greatest, so I'm just giving you guys a heads up. But if you really do want to see it, make sure you leave a like on the video. It really does let me know you guys want to see more content from me. Anyways, let's go ahead and get right into the profile. So of course, we have our 3 Alistair, the Invoker. Best normal summon, hands down, not really much to say about that. Our 2 cards for our DP package, Celestial and Dasher. Technically we're 2 bricks of the deck. If we do draw one of them and we have to get rid of it for another effect, we do have ways of still being able to get to Celestial and Dasher in the graveyard, even if we are unable to go ahead and go into DP. Or even just using Celestial if we are unable to get Dasher in the graveyard, but we do have Celestial in the grave because of the Dear Servant. So just things to keep in mind. Of course, for our Dogmatika package, we have 1 Ecclesia and 1 Fleur-de-Lis. Really, in this kind of a deck, it's all that's needed. You can choose to use Maximus. I personally don't like Maximus because it has a possibility of giving my opponent cards for them to use. So I really don't like that, so I'd rather just not risk it and just play within my own deck. For our Shaddoll package, we have Ariel, Wendy, Beast, Dragon, and Hedgehog. Not running Skomata because of the fact that as much as I would like the additional name, it really is only there just as an extra Foolish, so I would rather just run the Foolish Burial itself as it has more versatility. For hand traps, Tsunabiru, board spamming is always going to be a thing. Not running 3 because of space, but if I had the opportunity, I probably would run a 3rd Nibiru. But there are things to prioritize as far as consistency and also a way of stopping your opponent in some different ways. So if I'm playing first, it's not really the best. So I would just rather have it at 2 just in case I'm going second. I still have an option to do it, but not really wanting to see 3 in my opening hand. Of course, 3 Ash Blossom as our last monsters. As long as searching and summoning from deck is a thing, or sending from deck to grave is a thing, which is most likely going to be for the rest of Yu-Gi-Oh! This card is always going to be in the deck because of the fact it's the best catch-all hand trap. Sometimes it may be underwhelming, but it is still the most useful hand trap out of everything. So that's why it's going to be a 3. Next, for our spells, of course, 2 Fusion Destiny for our DP package. And for our Invoke package, we have the 2 Invocation and 3 Meltdown. Not running the Terraforming again because of space, but if you have the space for it, go for it. 2 Nadir, unfortunately we did get that from the ban list that it did get reduced to 2. So, can't really be too mad about it, but at the same time, it isn't the worst. Because it could be banned or it could be at 1, like in Master Duel. Next, 3 Shaddoll Fusion. I love this card. I will always be a Shaddoll player. Really helps out getting to Winda turn 1, or even just to have the Schism set up for turn 2 in your deck, or even going second. Probably one of the best go second cards in your deck because of the fact that people have to pay attention to it, and they really don't want you to get advantage from your deck and summoning out a card like Winda or Construct or even Apgalone if you have a Meltdown face up. So just things to keep in mind. Of course, the 1 Foolish Burial, really useful card. You can go ahead and send any of your Shaddoll monsters if you need their effects, and of course, if you have the invocation in hand, you can summon the Alistair to go ahead and use the invocation right away. And if you happen to have discarded either Dasher or Celestial because of, let's say, for example, Makaba or Apollo's effect to get the Schism, you can just go ahead and use Foolish Burial to send the other material, so that way you have the draw set up. Next, we have two talents, and of course, the one called by the grave. If in most cases that they're going to use a hand trap on you when you're playing, and you might as well just go ahead and have it, so that way you can continue to go through your plays. Or even just if they, let's say for example, draw you, you can just go ahead and look at their hand, take a card out their hand. If they're going to use Ash, you can still draw two, or if it didn't matter, you can, of course, go through their hand. Or if you're playing second, you can just take their monster for material, or just do any of the following that was previously listed. Call by, just to make sure your plays go through going first. And Harpies are one form of back row removal in the main deck, apart from the dragon. So just to try to help push through games. Next, we have our 3 impermanents, probably the best hand trap because it can't get affected by the previously mentioned talents or called by the grave. Our 1 Schism to round out our Shaddoll package. And to round out our traps, we have 2, there can only be 1. A lot of decks, of course, are playing monsters that have the same type, so just having a way of just stopping them from board spamming apart from window is really helpful. And for our extra deck, of course, we have our 1 DPE for our DPE package, 2 Apgalone, owned for sending our cards to the grave, even getting our Schism, but also we can fusion summon it to negate a card on field, 2 Construct, of course, to go ahead and get through our deck as fast as possible, 2 Winda, one of our best cards. It's floodgating, and especially with Schism, you get to send something. Same with any of these. 1 Entis, when the Deer Servant, and if you need a pop, you can just go ahead and send Entis, especially when you're going second. Try and go for game. For our Invoke Fusions, we have 1 Algoides, 1 Mechaba, 1 Purgatrio, and 1 Raijin. Of course, that's going to be the main ones, and you're going to go into not really much else to say on that. And for our links, we have the 1 Artemis, 1 Gravity Controller, and the Verite Anaconda. Thankfully, this didn't get banned because even though we don't have to deal with Imperial Order anymore, it's still a great card to go ahead and use, because of the fact, even though we have the Fusion Destiny and DP being a problem, or if you want to go as far as say Red Eyes Fusion is still a problem, in this deck, if you need to get to your Shaddoll Fusion, it's a great way of getting to it. And this also can be used for Super Poly in your side deck or in main deck, depending where you're running it, if you're running it at all. And Artemis is only in here because there's no space for the Almirage and the Secure Guard in the package. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the profile. Keep in mind, if you do want to see Master Duel videos, make sure you leave a like on the video. Really does help me out a lot and lets me know you guys are really enjoying the content. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. See ya!